This video is so off the cuff. What up, y'all? Nicole here, Nicole to help you thrive during college, and this is a freshman survivor guide tip, I guess, kind of, sort of, yeah. And it's specifically for North Carolina A&T State University. For day 20 for the freshman survivor guide, I dropped an orientation tip video, but the only problem with that was I couldn't really give any orientation tips, but I knew that you guys needed it because, hello, freshman orientation it goes hand in hand. But I never really experienced the traditional orientation experience, so I couldn't give my personal experience on it. So I had people send in clips of tips that they would give to incoming college freshmen. The tips were very short and brief, but there was this one video that I was sent that was very detailed, and I thought, you know what, this needs to be its own video. And because the video was so specific on her experience, it's just for A&T students, but anybody can watch this and learn from it. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and let her have it.
Orientation was wild for one thing, but I went during the summer orientation 2, and they had the parents in one group and the students in another group. The students was divided up in their college that they was going for, and then they had one for the people that was undecided. And that basically like a 2-day or 3-day thing. I think it was like a weekend. And the first day they showed us showed everybody around the campus and the organization that was on campus, the defined line that was on campus, that was off campus or whatever, and like told us about the CAF and what building was what, like basically like making us familiar with it and showing us about the mission statement, like basically teaching us about everything about the school before we even came to school, if we didn't do our research already. And it was hype. It was hype because the orientation student leaders was like hype. They was all hype, and they had us doing the infamous NCAT, swag surf, whatever, yeah. But we had to stay overnight, and that's when stuff got wild for real. Like we had, like it was stories that we had girls like doing stuff before they even came on campus, wilding out. Cooper Trooper was for real, and we found out later on when we came to school that our orientation wasn't the worst. That third orientation was the worst, or the first one. Where I stayed during orientation was Pride. I stayed in Pride Hall, and they was like, where y'all stay doing orientation may not be where y'all stay when y'all come here for your freshman year. And I'm looking like, I was mad because Pride, I was in the suite. I only had one bed in there, and it was real spacious. And I was mad because when I came to A&T, I was in Morrow. Like, everybody that know Morrow is small, and it's a community bathroom. I mean, that wasn't bad, but it was small, and I could kick my roommate if I really wanted to. The CAF, like, they didn't take us to the CAF during orientation. They took us to the what was it? The Founders Building, and we had food there, and then they had a party for us, and it was just like everything was all good and gravy. Like, that's when you see who in your class or who gonna be in your class for the the remainder of college if they don't flunk out or switch majors. Like, yeah. So I met my first crush in orientation, but little did I know that he was in my concentration as well, because we were both JLMC majors. So I was looking, I was like, who is this light skin? Who is he? And then came to college, had classes with him and everything, then found out that he go off his books and he had females doing his work. That's not cute. But what else I can tell you about orientation? You meet sometimes you meet your friends you're gonna be with in college, in orientation. You basically just show you around, but they tell you like your mother, your family, more stuff than they tell you in orientation. Like they tell them about their financial aid. They tell you about like the payments and stuff. They don't tell the students that. They just tell the students like the fun part and stuff like that. And they tell the family, like your parents, like the behind the scenes information, if you get what I'm saying. But overall, orientation did help with going to that because I knew where my classes was, I knew where my building was, and everything.
Alright y'all, that is it. Give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, and I will be back tomorrow with your last freshman tip. I can't turn the camera. I can't, just turn it off.